Hi friends, welcome back to another practice with Living Peace Yoga. I am Sean, and tonight we're just gonna do a nice, easy, gentle flow that is relaxing, settling of the mind, settling of the soul, and of course settling of the body as well. So get prepared, roll out your mat, get into something comfy, and we're gonna hop in and do some yoga. So friends, let's hop in to our practice this evening. We're going to talk about a meaningful life. And as we move through our practice, I hope you feel meaningful on the mat. So let's jump in. We're going to extend our legs out long, straight in front of us, toes pointed towards the heavens. We're going to take in a nice big deep breath, raising our arms up to the heavens. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold over both of those legs. Really focusing on some stretching tonight, working the backs of the hamstrings, which this is our first hamstring stretch, so allowing ourselves grace. Good, and then coming back up to center. We're gonna come back to a simple seated pose, placing that left hand to the right knee, right hand back behind. Along with our gaze, good. And then we're gonna switch to the other side, right arm to the left knee, left arm back behind. Gaze back as well. Good. And now that we've warmed up just a tad, we're going to come to that place of stillness. So a couple of deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. It feels so good to be on the mat. Good, we're gonna move through a few seated cat-cows. So placing those hands on the front of the knees, we're gonna pull that chest forward, tipping the chin up, tilting the head back just a bit as we inhale. As we exhale, we're gonna press those shoulder blades back towards the wall behind us, really curving the spine. Good, and then bringing that chest forward, tilting the head back. And then as we exhale, rounding through those shoulders, but not scrunching them up towards the ears, letting them drop down back behind. Good, and then we're gonna flow a few of those at our own breath pace. Good, and back to center. We're gonna move into all fours. So getting into all four, rooting into all four corners of the body onto the mat. We're gonna curl those toes and we're gonna move into our first downward facing dog. So pressing those hips back towards the wall behind you. Pedaling out those feet if that's what your body needs to allow for grace. Good. Take that left foot and place it on the opposite side of the right foot. Extending those hips back, still in a downward facing dog. Good, place that left foot back to meet the right. We're gonna take the right foot, place it on the opposite side of the left foot. Again, extending those legs back, good. And then place that right foot back to meet the left. We're gonna take the right foot
and we're gonna place it over the left knee in a 4 square. So the right ankle is kind of pressing on that left knee. Again, creating space in that left hamstring. Good. Take that right foot, place it back to the mat. We're gonna take the left ankle, place it over the right knee. Good. Again, a 4 square in a downward facing dog pose. Pressing on that hamstring and making space. Good. Take that left foot, place it back to the right. Take the knees down, take the bum to the heels into a child's pose. So I love meanings of words, and I love meanings of names. And we were looking up the meanings of our family's names over the holidays. And the meaning of my name, Sean, is meaningful. And before I knew that, I had chosen a word for 2021 to live by, to soak deeper into. It's a word I pray about every year. I've done this the last 3 or 4 years. And my name is meaningful. And so in 2021, I want to move toward a meaningful life, a life that is full, a life that is happy, and a life that is peaceful. And it takes me every day on this mat to help achieve that. So I hope you find peace and meaningfulness on the mat as we move forward in our practice. So come back to all fours, curl those toes, back into a downward facing dog. We're gonna extend that right leg back. Good. We're gonna bring that leg on through into a runner's lunge. Good. We're gonna place that left knee on the mat, uncurl the toes. Good. And we're gonna let that left hip fall open towards the mat. Good. We're gonna inchworm that right foot to the outer edge of the mat. We're gonna bring our hands to the inside of that right foot. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like to move a little deeper into lizard, we can come down onto the forearms. Good. Try hard not to let that right knee fall too far to the right. We want to keep it nice and steady in with the ankle. Good. Just allowing for more space in that left hip. Good. We're going to come up to center. We're going to heel toe that right foot back to center. We're going to come up onto that left leg. We're going to press off that left leg, and we're going to come up to the top of the mat and forward fold it out. Good. Take a deep breath in, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold it out. We're going to move through that vinyasa flow. Inhale, halfway lift, extending that back. Exhale, forward fold it out. We're going to place our hands on the mat. Extend those feet back into plank, bringing those arms down into a chaturanga push-up. Coming into up dog, curl those toes, come back to downward facing dog. Good. We're going to extend the left leg back. We're going to bring it right on through for a runner's lunge on the left. Good. Lay that right knee down, uncurl the toes. Let that right hip fall towards the mat. Good. Opening up that hip space. Being nice and gentle to our bodies as they move. And then take your left foot, heel toe it out to the outer edge of the left mat. Place those hands on the inside of the left foot. Good. If you'd like to stay here, this is a perfect lizard. But if you'd like to also move forward in your practice, you can try coming down onto the forearms on the inside of that left foot. You can also use a block to help as well. Good. And then if you're on your forearms, come back up. We'll all meet back in our hands. We're going to heel toe that left foot to the inner edge, or the middle edge of the mat. Curl that right toe, bring it up off the mat. Once again, we're gonna move towards the top of the mat, placing that right foot next to the left and forward folding it out. Good, taking a big deep breath. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on the mat. Extending those legs back. Working through our vinyasa flow. Coming down into that chaturanga push-up and up dog. And then back to downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna take that right leg, extend it back. We're gonna bring it on through. Place the right shin behind the hands. Lay that left knee down. Extend that left leg back. This is a perfect pigeon pose. You can rock back and forth, creating space in that right hip or along this, what we call the piriformis muscle, which causes sciatic pain when it gets, or the sciatic nerve when it gets pinched there along the piriformis muscle. So this helps alleviate that quite a bit. But if you want to move deeper in your practice, again, you can use a block for stability, coming down, bringing the mat closer to you, or you can come down into your forearms, or you can go all the way forward into that pigeon pose. Good. If you're all the way down, you can come back up onto your hands. We're gonna inchworm that left leg forward. We're gonna come out the same way we came in. So bring that right foot up and out into a three-legged dog. We're gonna open up that hip, tilting the right ankle to the left side of the mat. Good, bring that right foot back to meet the left, extend that left leg back, bring it on through, place the right shin behind the hands. We're gonna lay that right leg down, extend it back, and then coming into your expression of pigeon that you would like or that feels good. I know I'm always tighter on the left side than I am the right. So sometimes I have to modify on this side, or sometimes I can't go quite as deep, and that's okay either way. And then while we're here, just take some nice deep breaths in through the nose. That was Nala. She's our kitty cat, a little calico. And this is her space as well down here. So sometimes you might see her on some of our practices. So rock the hips from side to side if that is what you feel your body needs to create space. Good. Come back up onto those hands. Inchworm that right leg forward. We're gonna come out the same way we came in. So we're gonna come up onto that right leg, extending the left leg up and out into a three-legged dog. Take that left foot, open it up to the right side of the mat. Opening up that left hip. Good. Bring that left foot back to meet the right. Bring those knees down. Bum to the heels for a child's pose. There is a book that I love called 1000 Gifts by Ann Voskamp. It's a beautiful book, and it talks about finding the meaning of life within the confines of where you are. I think no matter where people are, we can find peace, meaning, happy, all the words that I mentioned earlier. And so she helps us to do that, to find light in the bubbles while you do dishes. And she finds the rainbow in the bubbles as they're bubbling up, as she's doing the dishes at her kitchen sink. So I think just those tiny things that we find that can bring meaning to our life are so helpful. Not only in finding meaning on the mat, but finding meaning off the mat. And this has been a very difficult lesson for me. It's what I went to the mat seeking for. And so I'm just hoping that this will help you to find meaning and peace, serenity. Serenity, the state of being calm and peaceful. So I just hope for you to have it and find it too, friend. Okay, come on back up to all fours. We're gonna place our bum to the mat. We're gonna rotate our legs around. While our legs are extended out into staff pose, toes pointed towards the heavens, we're gonna take a big deep breath in. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over both of those legs. And oh, that should feel so much better this time around than it did a few minutes ago. Good. Come back on up to center. We're going to do that 4 square again. So we've done pigeon actually quite a few times in downward facing dog. We did regular pigeon, and now we're going to do pigeon again. So place that right seated pigeon. Place that right ankle over the left knee, and we're going to forward fold over that left leg. Good. And come on back up to center. We're going to place that right foot back. We're going to place the left ankle over the right knee. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to forward fold over that right leg. Good. One more hamstring stretch. Good. Awesome. And we're going to scooch our bum just a little bit, so we're about halfway down the mat. We're going to come to staff pose once more, but we're going to place those hands back behind. We're going to come down onto the forearms. Good. And we're going to tilt that head back into fish pose. I was given a fish today. There's a long story behind it, but his name is Gracious. That's the meaning of my youngest son's name, Evan. His name is Gracious, so he gave me a fish with the meaning of his name. So in honor of Gracious, we're going to do fish pose tonight. So tilt that head back just a bit. Good. And then bring the head back up, and then we're going to come all the way down to the back. Awesome. You're doing a great job. We're going to bring those knees in to the chest. Rock them from side to side. Good. We're going to extend that right leg out long, keeping the left leg into the chest. Good. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to pull that left knee over to the right side of the body, extending that left arm out. Good. You're doing it. Nice big stretch here. Nice big spinal stretch here. Good. Feels so yummy. Good, and then we'll bring that left knee back, extend it out straight. We're gonna bring the right leg in. Awesome. And we're gonna take the right knee to the left side of the body. We're gonna extend that right arm out, leaving that right shoulder on the mat if you can. Good. Awesome. Feels so yummy, this twist. Good. Come back to center. Bring both knees into the center. Rock those hips from side to side one more time. Feeling that nice little massage on the low back. Good. And we're going to place those knees down. We're going to extend them out long. letting them fall in a nice neutral position. Softening the muscles of the face. Softening the neck. Tilting those shoulders down and under. Closing the eyes. Letting the tongue come off the roof of the mouth. And we'll move into Shavasana. That place of rest. Rest spiritually, rest mentally, rest physically. And just come to the breath. I am with you and for you. When you decide on a course of action that is in line with my will, nothing in heaven or on earth can stop you. You may encounter many obstacles as you move toward your goal, but don't be discouraged. And friend, never give up. With my help, you can overcome any obstacle. Do not expect an easy path as you journey hand in hand with me. But do remember that I, your very present helper, am omnipotent. Much stress results from your wanting to make things happen before their times have come. One of the main ways I assert my sovereignty is in the timing of events. If you want to stay close to me and do things my way, ask me to show you the path forward moment by moment. Instead of dashing headlong toward your goal, let me set the pace. Slow down and enjoy the journey in my presence. This is from Jesus Calling. And friend, this is the meaning of life. To slow down and enjoy the journey in God's presence. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. It is more of a blessing than you will ever know. I pray blessings on your week this week, friend, and I pray peace and that you find meaningfulness.